In Europe, there's a country named Hungary. Whenever I say Hungary, you might think about the English word Hungary, usually, but no, it's a country name with an A between G and R. Welcome to Global Nerd, and in this video, I will tell you the full detail about the country of Hungary. By the end of this video, you will know each and everything about Hungary. So buckle up your seatbelts and here we go! Hungary is a landlocked country in Central Europe, means there is no sea connection with the land of Hungary. Let's jump into some facts about this country. The capital of Hungary is Budapest. Budapest is the biggest and the most populous city of Hungary. It contains a lots of famous sites of Hungary. Also, it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world and a top tourist destination. Budapest originates its name from a district named Buda and a flat area nearby the capital called Pest. Language. The most widely spoken language of Hungary is the Hungarian language or the Hungarian Magyar and is known to be one of the most difficult languages to learn and pronounce. However, English is not spoken there or only spoken on tourist areas. Currency. Hungary uses Hungarian forint as their local currency. The currency takes its name from the Roman city of Florence. One forint consists of 100 fillers. In international market, $1 is equals to 348.23 Hungarian forints, which makes the currency very weak and undervalued. Divisions. Hungary's land is administratively divided into 19 counties and one autonomous city of Budapest. The counties are subdivided into 174 districts. The country of Hungary contains 3,154 cities and towns. Land area. The area of Hungary's land is approximately 93,000 km², while the area of the biggest city of Budapest is 525 km². Population. The population of Hungary is 9.75 million, making it the 16th most populous country in Europe and ranking 94 worldwide. The population density of Hungary is 107 people per km², which means Hungary is very less dense. The population pyramid of Hungary sort of look like this. And also, in gender percentage of population of Hungary, 47.5% of the population is male, while the remaining 52.5% are female. The population growth rate of Hungary is minus 0.2% currently. But overall, Hungary's population has been constantly declining since World War II to today. Hungary's life expectancy is nearly 76 years. Neighbors. Hungary is situated in the central part of Europe. Surrounding Hungary, there are many of its neighboring nations. Slovenia, Slovakia, Austria, Croatia, Serbia, Romania, and Ukraine join borders with Hungary. Geography. Geographically, Hungary is a landlocked country with two major flowing rivers, Danube and Tisza. River Danube flows by bisecting Budapest, while Tisza flows on the eastern part of Hungary. The largest of lakes in Hungary is the famous Lake Balaton. Physically, the land of Hungary is mainly flat. Also, Hungary is a very fertile, green and a lowland area. The Great Hungarian Plain land is the best for vegetation. Crops include corn, wheat, barley, potatoes and sugar beets grow in Hungary. There are few mountain ranges in the north of Hungary. However, climate of Hungary is typical continental with hot, dry summers and mildly cold, snowy winters. Flag. This is the official flag of Republic of Hungary. It is a horizontal tricolor of red, white and green, and the colors are said to be taken from the Middle Ages. It was made in 1957 and originates its form from the 18th and 19th century Republican movements of Hungary. National Anthem. This is the national anthem of Hungary, and it is called Hymnus. It was written by Ferenc Folksy in 1823. However, its music was composed in 1844 by Ferenc Erkel. Military. The Hungarian military is ranked 55 among the whole world with a PWR index score of 0.9187. Armed forces got 37,650 personnel with a military spending of about $1.904 billion. In Navy, Hungary operates river-based naval forces with its heaviest and biggest warship battalions. And in the Hungarian Air Force, there are 42 aircrafts including the famous JAS-39 Gripen fighter jet. Police. The local police department of Hungary is called Rendőrség, which is a civil law enforcement agency governed by the Interior Ministry. The police department of Hungary was established in 1990. Dial code. The dial code of Hungary is +36. So remember, whenever you see a phone number starting with +36, it belongs to a person living in Hungary. The .hu domain is a high-level website domain, which is used to refer any website of an organization in Hungary or for any governmental department of Hungary. Government system. Hungary is a unitary and democratic state with a parliamentary system. In the governmental system of Hungary, there are three levels of governance: the central, regional, and the local government. The regional government is for the counties and the local government is for the municipalities. The Hungarian National Assembly is called Országgyűlés, and it has a unicameral parliamentary system. The Constitution of 1949 was followed by Hungary in Hungary's communist and post-communist period. Several amendments were made in it, but recently in 2011, the new constitution has been officially made by the Hungarian government, and right now the 2011 constitution is officially followed by Hungary with some amendments. The head of the state is the President of Hungary, but the government is led by the Prime Minister. Here is a list of all the Prime Ministers of Hungary since its Soviet independence: Miklós Németh, József Antall, Péter Baros, Gyula Horn, Peter Megyesi, Ferenc Gyurcsány, Gordon Bajnai, and the current Prime Minister of Hungary, Viktor Orban. Religion. Hungary has no official state religion, but on historic background, Christianity plays a main role. Today, 62% of Hungarians are Christian Roman Catholic, which makes Catholic the main religion of Hungary. Other religions and sectarians also exist on large numbers. Out of the Hungarian population, 20% are Calvinists, 6% are Protestant Christians and other Christians, Jews are 2%, and 10% are other religions. There are across 19 churches, 16 synagogues, 7 stupas or Buddhist temples, and 10 masajid in the whole Hungary. And now for the cultural life of Hungary. In Hungary, the most densely populated ethnic group is the Hungarian Magyars, who are a mix of Finno-Ugric Magyars and various adaptations of Turkic, Slavic, and Germanic peoples. Other ethnic groups you will find in Hungary in minority are the Roma, Germans, Slovaks, and many others. Hungary has its own different and a rich culture. We'll discuss some of their popular traditions and customs. Before Christmas, Hungarians celebrate the Luca Day, which marks the shortest day and is celebrated on 13th December. Many beliefs and stories come along the Luca Day. Next is clothing. On cultural events, Hungarians wear traditional dresses, which represent the culture of Hungary. Men wear embroidered shirts, floppy hats, and pants tucked into leather boots, while women put on white blouse, a bright flower-printed skirt, and a lavishly decorated white apron and a head-covering piece. For entertainment, cultural dances and songs are also one of the rich folk heritages of Hungary. Folk dances include Korikázo, Pásztortánc, Legényes, Ugros, Verbong, and the famous Csárdas. Folk songs are in this list you can read. There are also many carnivals and cultural festivals. Hungarian Culture Day takes place on 22nd January. The Busójáros Carnival is an annual celebration in which people dress up in scary costumes and wooden masks, and they roam around the streets to scare winter away and welcome the spring. Other local holidays include St. Stephen's Day, Hungarian Revolution Day, and etc. Traditional Hungarian practices are numerous. One is that when boys throw a bucket of cold water on girls on Easter Day. Wedding rituals also count among the practices. The vibrant Hungarian wedding gowns, midnight change of dress practice, bridal dances, breaking of glasses, palinka drinking, and ceremonial songs. All of these traditions and festivals do have an ancient background, which is inherited to the present-day Hungary. Now, not only this, but splendorous cultural Hungarian architect also defines its culture. Now towards the delicious Hungarian cuisine. We have the famous langos or fried dough. Langos is a really popular street food in Hungary. Hungarian cuisine also loves curries and spicy stews, such as goulash, paprikás soup, porkolt, the meat stew, leto, and halászlé, the fish soup. In dessert, mouth-watering sweet dishes are present in Hungary, like the chestnut puree, chimney cake, dobos cake, and palacsinta, the Hungarian pancake. Tell me in the comments which one mouth-watered you. The national dress of Hungary is their traditional folk dress, as you can see in this picture. National dish of Hungary is the goulash stew. The national flower of Hungary is tulip and Hungarian crocus. And for the national animal, Hungary lacks any single animal as a symbol, but culturally, turul is considered the national animal. Turul is a mythological bird of prey. However, Saker falcon is the national bird of Hungary. Wildlife. Now the wildlife of Hungary is filled with deer, foxes, hares, squirrels, and Slovakian bears. Some endangered or rare wildlife of Hungary include wild boars, wolves, jackals, lynxes, beavers, Danubian meadow viper snake, and the Hungarian native goat. If you are a dog lover, then this one's for you. There are many dog breeds of Hungary, like the Vizsla, Kuvasz, Transylvanian Hound, Fiume Dog, and Muddy. Talking about domestic, there are also several rodent species in Hungary. In the bird population of Hungary, there are lots of species of ducks, geese, pheasant, grouse, doves, falcons, caracaras, coots, crakes, gallinules, plovers, lapwings, sandpipers, storks, and several more. Majority of these Hungarian birds are found alongside clean water lakes of Hungary, like the Lake Balaton. Now, as I conclude the wildlife topic, I'm gonna tell you the most dangerous animal of Hungary is the venomous Hungarian meadow viper. So beware of it in Hungary. Airline and flights. Now, we'll talk about the airlines, airports, and flights in Hungary. The Hungarian Wizz Air is the dominating airline in Hungary. Past airline was the Maliv. And in international flights, Ryanair, British Airways, American Airlines, Iberia, EasyJet, Japan Airlines, and Qantas fly directly to Hungary. You may choose one of these airlines if you want to visit Hungary. For the airports, there are 5 international airports in Hungary. The Budapest Ferenc Liszt International Airport, Debrecen Airport, Hivis Balaton Airport, Győr Airport, and the Pécs Pagani International Airport. And the Budapest Ferenc Liszt International Airport alone operates 77 flights at a time, making it the biggest airport in Hungary. In addition, there are 4 domestic and 3 military airports in Hungary. Passport and citizenship. Hungary's passport is very strong. It allows traveling to 183 countries and territories, and all these are visa-free countries and visa-on-arrival countries. This ranks the Hungarian passport 10th in the whole world and 5th on the passport power rank. Now, to earn a citizenship and nationality in Hungary, one must have a residence in Hungary continuously for 8 years and should not have any criminal record, but having a stable livelihood and passing tests in basic constitutional studies is also a condition for applying as a Hungarian citizen. For a newborn children, they should have a Hungarian citizen parent. Lifestyle. Now, towards the social environment and lifestyle of Hungary. Hungarians are artistic people known for wide interest in music, poetry, literature, art, chess, science, and mathematics. Hungarians have a really good sense of humor and can joke around in any situation. Also, Hungarians are quite pessimistic. Hungarians tend to be quite individualistic, meaning that the interests of oneself and one's immediate family take priority. Hungary ranks 52nd in World Happiness Index. Hungarians got a very high standard of living. Hungary ranks above the average in work-life balance, but it ranks below average in social connections, civic engagement, and environmental quality. For entertainment, the people of Hungary love to socialize, so they go to many bars, nightclubs, restaurants, cafes, and theaters in their spare time. They also have a really good taste of music. Industries and workforce. In the working force of Hungary, an average working person works 8 hours a day and 5 days a week. And now for the industries, we'll talk about the biggest evolving industries in Hungary. So if you have a profession of these following industries, you will face no difficulty in living in Hungary. Hungary is a leading producer of paprika in the whole world. Moreover, in food processing industry, beverage companies and Tetra Pak is also manufactured in Hungary. Hungary is also the greatest electronic producer in Central Europe, and this drives its economy. Hungary is also good in steel production. Machinery, mechanical appliances, nuclear reactors, and boilers are all made in Hungary. Optical, photographic, cinematographic, medical, or surgical instruments are also made and exported. In the chemical industry of Hungary, plastic and pharmaceutical products are manufactured. Manganese, copper, and zinc are mined in Hungary. Hungary is also a large producer of coal, natural gas, perlite, and bauxite. Automotive companies such as Ford, Audi, Suzuki, Mercedes, and Opel are manufactured on large scales in Hungary. Tourism is also considered a backbone industry of the Hungarian economy. There are other huge companies operating in Hungary include MOL Group, the OTP Bank, Gedeon Richter plc, Magyar Telecom, CIG Pannonia, FHB Bank, and Zwag Unicom. And concluding industrial work of Hungary, all these industries you saw are mainly situated in Budapest and Győr, and each industry has massive investments on it. Employment rate in Hungary is 69.7%, and the unemployment rate in Hungary is 4.35% only. This makes Hungary a healthy working country with no significant problems of unemployment and poverty, though poverty still exists in this rich country of Hungary. Now, as we talk about the economy of Hungary, Hungary is generally a rich country with a poverty rate of just 14.6%, lower than European Union's average poverty rate. Hungary has one of the highest developed economies of the world. Despite of such first world looking country, Hungary is in the list of second world countries due to its Soviet past. The Hungarian economic view of trade is quite healthy. Hungary has a surplus and positive trade. The trade balance of Hungary is across $4.9 billion. In international trade market, Germany is Hungary's greatest trade partner with a trade up till $33 billion. The Hungarian manufactured goods such as machinery and transport equipment, consumer goods, agricultural products, chemicals, apparel, pharmaceuticals, iron and steel, wines, and paprika are exported around the world. And Germany is the biggest market for such Hungarian goods. Hungary also imports heavy machinery, vehicles, plastics, pharmaceutical products, fuel, electricity, and whole lot of raw materials for its industries. Hungary mainly imports from Austria, China, and Germany. Hungary spends $115.63 billion on its imports every year. Hungary is the member of UN, WTO, EU, and IMF in international trade. Moving forward, we are going to talk about the Hungarian billionaires. There's only one Hungarian billionaire in Forbes' top 100 billionaires list, and his name is Thomas Peterffy. Other billionaires are George Soros, Frank Lowy, Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy, Charles Simonyi, and Alexander Rivett. Now jumping into some national facts and figures of the economy, the GDP of Hungary is $155 billion, but the growth of the GDP has been declined by 5% as compared to the past year. The GDP per capita of Hungary is $15,900. The Hungary's GNI per capita is 33,100 purchasing power dollars. Hungary's annual household income per capita is $7,110, which means every house or residence in Hungary earns at least $7,100. Focusing on Hungarian individuals, every Hungarian receives a monthly salary of across 300,000 Hungarian forints. The taxation system in Hungary is 9% corporate tax, 15% income tax or capital gain tax, 4% real estate transfer tax, and 27% value-added tax. Hungary got the lowest corporate tax but the highest VAT tax in the whole European Union. There is no significant problem of inflation in Hungary, because inflation in Hungary exists on minor margins. The condition of country's economy is seen by its expenses and prices. So by checking normal livings and expenses, Hungary is considered a very low-cost country. 600,000 Hungarian forints or $1857 would be quite enough for you to live a peaceful life in Hungary. For food, a large restaurant serving would cost you nearly $6. And to check out street foods, it won't take you more than $2. And see, this is how much Hungary is cheap and a reasonable travel. Talking big, an average car in Hungary costs you around $2,000 to $3,000, while a smartphone in Hungary would cost you nearly $60. Technology. Now, as for speaking about smartphones, I would just give you also a quick review about the technology in Hungary. Science and technology in Hungary is one of the country's most developed sectors. Hungary is one of the leading countries in technology researching. In past, several Hungarian inventors have made dramatic contributions to science, and that I will tell you further, so keep watching this video. Now, Hungary is so much technologically developed that it is the 35th most innovative country in the world. Hungary has grown its mobile technology production industry, has improved in information technology, and is engaged in hardware researching. Chemical science and automotive engineering got many opportunities in Hungary. A technology talk automatically drives you to internet and social media. In Hungary, top visited websites are Google, Facebook, YouTube, Index.hu, and Origo. While on social media platforms, Hungarians mostly use Facebook, but some of them also use Messenger. Proceeding to the most downloaded mobile apps in Hungary, there are Facebook, Rocket League Sideswipe, Est Alkalmazás, OTP Bank HU, and TikTok. Hungarians primarily use Android phones. Moving to e-commerce sites in Hungary, Jofogas, Arukereso, and eMag are the leading online stores in Hungary. Road networking or transits. Now, talking about the infrastructure of Hungary and the road networking system, there are a total of 31,058 km of roads in Hungary and 1,118 km of motorways. There are very lengthy motorways in Hungary, largest is 106 km. All the motorway routes are connected from Budapest and go to all the national borders. And there are almost 3.8 million cars in Hungary which travel on these roads. For internal transportation other than road networks, there are 4 domestic airports. And the Hungarian railroad system is 7,685 km long and 2,700 even 91 km of it is electrified. There are 4 domestic railway routes, while 8 routes lead towards neighboring nations. In Hungary, electricity generation is mostly done by nuclear energy, coming from 4 Hungarian nuclear reactors. Other electricity generation is done through coal, natural gas, biomass, and solar energy. The percentage on renewable energy generated in Hungary is the lowest in the whole European nation. Education. Education in Hungary is predominantly public, run by the Ministry of Human Resources. Education in Hungary is free and compulsory from the age of 5 to 16. The state provides free pre-primary schooling for all children, 8 years of general education and 4 years of upper secondary level general. However, the standard of education in Hungary is not better than the other European nations. But individually, Hungary has many top-quality bachelor's or master's degrees. Several universities from Hungary have been acknowledged for their outstanding academics, and they are always present in leading world university rankings. There are 37 universities of Hungary include Semmelweis University, Eötvös Loránd University, Budapest University of Technology and Economics, University of Pate, University of Miskolc, University of Szeged, and the University of Debrecen. With these, there are 1.8 million schools and colleges in Hungary. Government in the last decade has been working tirelessly on education and reaching European standards. It is aiming in enhancing foreign language studies and digital literacy for Hungarian students. All-over literacy rate of Hungary is 99.1%, describing the Hungarian population as literate people. Sports. Now, talking about sports, Hungarians love playing football. The national sport of Hungary is water polo, but Hungary also got great Olympic successes in swimming, fencing, athletics, track and field, canoeing, wrestling, and gymnastics. The sport that Hungarians are the best at is fencing. On the international stage of Olympics, Hungary had totally won 181 gold medals. Hungary won all over 90 gold, silver, and bronze medals in fencing. Other Olympic medal records of Hungary show here. The most famous sport players in the world like Alidor Garovic, the greatest fencer of all time, Danuta Kozak of canoeing, Eva Seikli, who won 44 national titles in swimming, Katinka Hosszu, 9-time world swimming champion, and Ferenc Puskás, one of the greatest football strikers of all time. All these personalities belong to Hungary. These are all Hungary's national stars. Now for the public favorites, Hungarians have a craze in watching and playing soccer. And do you know, Hungary also contributed in the world of sports by inventing a sport in 2012. That Hungarian invented sport is called tegball. Television. In the television industry, the most popular and the national television channel of Hungary is MTVA Duna. Magyar Televízió is the first broadcasting channel of Hungary. Media groups such as RTL Group, Prozi Benszant 1, MTVA, Modern Times Group, ATV, and TV2 dominate all the Hungarian televisions. On entertainment channels, Legyen Honest Milimos, Survivor, a Sziget, Hungarian Comedy Central, Hungarian Folktales, Kalandrafal, Csillag Zuletik, and Aranyélet are some top TV shows in Hungary. In the animated cartoons of Hungary, John Corncub, 1973, Cat City, 1986, Willy and the Guardians of the Lake, Mick Robbie, and Ruben Brandt are some iconic names that belong to Hungary. In the film industry of Hungary, there are lots of produced movies of Hungary, but only some of them could make it to worldwide fame. Dune, Eragon, Sunshine, Atanu, and Báthori were Hungarian-made blockbuster hits around the world. Some popular actors and actresses from Hungary are Gubor Agadi, Suri Fedok, Eva Srenyi, Keita Dabo, Sher Halmi, Janos Golwolgi, Alexander Korda, Istvan Szabó, Ivan Kamaras, and several more. Moreover, there are also many popular Hollywood movies whose scenes were shot in Hungary. In the cinemas and TVs of Hungary, apart from Hungarian movies, the biggest hits were Avatar, Mamma Mia, and Avengers Endgame. There are across 221 cinemas in the whole Hungary. And do you know, film producers around the world rank Hungary as the best and cheapest place to produce and shoot a film. Now, I will give you a quick idea of how really do local Hungarians look like. Hungarians generally look beautiful. They have a Caucasian style skin tone. Some Hungarians got lighter skin tones, but both skin tones are considered common in Hungary. Hungarians usually have dark brown hair, but a few may have golden hair. Hungarians got pale blue eyes, but some of them got brown eyes. Hungarians have golden and olive undertones on their skin, hair and eyes. Both Hungarian men and women share same apparent features, and this is how average Hungarian look like. Hungarian look presents similar Hispanic features as well as Slavic resemblance due to their Slavic blood. International relations. Moving on towards the international life of Hungary, we'll talk about some relations of Hungary with other nations. Hungary is generally good in foreign relations, but the best foreign relation of Hungary is with Poland. Poland has great and historic friendship ties with Hungary, and the friendship dates back to 1000 years. So much that they even celebrate a Polish-Hungarian Friendship Day. Other friends of Hungary are Germany due to trade relations and Turkey due to its Ottoman history. Hungary has most of its trade, tourism and railway networks to and from its neighboring countries. However, that doesn't describe relations. Hungary has basic treaties and frosty relations with its neighboring countries, Eastern Bloc and Russia. But the worst international relations of Hungary are with Austria and Romania. Both have rival relations with Hungary because of numerous conflicts and wars throughout the history. Hungary's football rivalry with Austria and Romania is considered the bitterest rivalry of football history. Else, the whole world has nearly average relations with Hungary. Talking about the big powers, Hungary has really good relations with the US due to direct American investment in Hungary and social supporting bond between Americans and Hungarians. Hungary has somehow unfriendly relations with Russia due to Russia's past Soviet rule in Hungary. But in the past year, Hungary built friendly and supporting relations with Russia. With China, Hungary has good trade ties and also a very friendly and pleasant diplomatic relation since the post-communist era. Hungary has average bilateral relations with the United Kingdom with shares of interests in culture, trading, tourism or migration and scientific innovation. And that's how Hungary has such successful diplomatic missions around the world that today in Budapest there are 100 embassies. However, talking about foreign relations and tourism is only done when a country has low crime index and no terrorism. Crime index of Hungary is 34.36, which is very low in global ranking, making Hungary pure from criminal activities. The homicide rate is of 0.61% in Hungary. Somehow, criminal acts occur in Hungary, but they are not even violent. Street crimes and attacks on tourists are rare in Hungary. That's why Hungary has a safety index of 76, one of the highest in Europe. This makes Hungary far peaceful and a secure country, especially for the tourists. Hungary is among the top 5 European countries to have the most tourism. Around 61 million tourists visit Hungary annually, coming from every corner of the world. Most of the tourists come to Budapest, with 30 million coming annually. Hungary is filled with natural beauty sites and buildings for tourist attraction. But what really magnetically attracts tourists around the globe to Hungary are the extremely cheap prices. The rich Hungarian culture is also a point of interest for the tourists. Tourism industry in Hungary is growing and contributing in Hungarian economy day by day. Tourism has covered 6.2% of Hungary's GNP. Well, talking about tourism, let's see some tourist attractions and beautiful places in Hungary to visit. Hungarian Parliament Building, Buda Castle, Fisherman's Bastion, St. Stephen's Basilica, Székely Chain Bridge, Lake Balaton, Matthias Church, Eger Castle, Heroes Square, and Székely Thermal Bath are all the iconic beauties of Hungary. In historical buildings, Pest Cathedral, Mosque of Pasha Ghazi Qasim, and early Christian mausoleum are some names, with including historical and splendorous Tokaj wine region, Pannonhalma Arch Abbey, and Hortobágy National Park are some historical sites of Hungary, and all of these are registered as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The main and famous cities of Hungary are Budapest, Debrecen, Szeged, Miskolc, and Pécs. Inventions. Next are the inventors. Hungarians have great interest in the field of science and research on other subjects. There are some most popular things that you use every day but you don't know were invented by Hungarian inventors. First, the Rubik's Cube. Okay, you have definitely played with this puzzle, but do you know it was invented by a Hungarian architect named Erna Rubik? Second is the famous and handy ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen is also a tool invented by a Hungarian journalist and inventor Laszlo Biro. Third is the vitamin C. It was discovered by a Hungarian medical researcher Albert Szent-Györgyi. Fourth is the electric locomotive, which was too invented by a Hungarian engineer Kumon Kandu. Fifth is the world famous Microsoft Excel and Word. Both of these super famous softwares were created by a Hungarian computer programmer Charles Simonyi. Sixth on the list is the extremely common household safety matches. Safety matches were invented by a Hungarian chemist János Érinyei. Seven is the hydrogen bomb. The father and inventor of the second most powerful weapon in the history of the world was a famous Hungarian theoretical physicist Edward Teller. Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard discovered the nuclear reaction in 1933 and helped America make the world's first atomic bomb. Another invention is done by a Hungarian physicist Peter Carl Goldmark that changed the world of television and technology. Peter Carl invented the color television. And do you know the creator of von Neumann architecture and mathematical analyzer numerical integrated computer maniac John von Neumann also belonged to Hungary? He was a Hungarian mathematician and was considered smarter than Einstein. Today, the calculations we do on our computers is all because of von Neumann. Other notable famous Hungarian inventions include soda water machine, hologram, tungsten lamps, and the world famous software Prezi. Now, I have told you the whole big description about Hungary, but the things those generally make Hungary famous in the whole world and have become the representation image of Hungary are these: hot springs and thermal spas. Hungary is a world famous nation for having the most thermal baths. The stereotypical image of Hungary in most of foreign minds comes the thermal baths. Hungary has across 1500 thermal spas in the whole country, and all of them are vibrant from tourists. Other famous identities of Hungary are the goulash soup, production of paprika, producer of Tokaji wines, ruins bars, winning 465 Olympic medals, inventing Rubik's Cube and the color television, the heavenly stunning Lake Balaton, cowboys of the Hungarian plain, and for speaking the unique language of Hungarian. Thank you so much for watching our video. Do like this video if you liked it, and subscribe the channel to get details of such countries that the world doesn't know commonly.